Before this video starts, if this guide helps you out in any way, shape or form, like and subscribe. Also comment down below if you have any questions. Let's begin. Hey you guys, it's Yo-Yo Land Roblox here, back at it again with another video since you guys have requested it for, and I just don't want to disappoint my fans, guys. Today we're going to be reviewing fiverr.com and we're going to tell you guys if it's legit or not in both buying and selling services. So if you guys don't know what Fiverr is, and I've actually had a lot of experience with Fiverr, because you could see I've completed 533 orders. I think that's like close to $10,000 worth of orders on here, which is a lot of, obviously, because each order is like, you know, £43, £30. So if you do the math, it's probably more than that, to be fair. So if my average order's for probably like 15k, 20k, maybe 30. But yeah, I have a lot of experience on here, guys, so I could give you guys the best review YouTube could give, because I'm one of the top spenders on Fiverr, actually. So yeah, I'm not saying this to brag. There's nothing to brag about. I've wasted a lot of money on it, but it's a situation where I have the most experience, so I could show you guys, you know, what the best deal is and alternatives to Fiverr too, and how to not get ripped off as well. So we'll get into all my experiences and stories later. So we have Fiverr here, and essentially you could literally order anything. So if we type up video editing, right, there's gonna be a million gigs about it. A million gigs. Look, 1, 2, 3, 4. I mean, honestly, it's so crazy how many gigs there's gonna be. There's gonna be Fiverr's choice, and you could just scroll, and it never ends. And honestly, the best part about Fiverr is as well, you could switch the budget and everything else. Now, the first thing I want to tell you guys is on whether or not Fiverr is a scam or not, is it depends on the seller, okay? So Fiverr in it of itself is legit, right? If you're selling items, you will get paid. You will get paid by Fiverr. If you're buying items, you won't get scammed by Fiverr, but you could get scammed by the seller. So don't buy off a scamming seller. And this is how you guys really make sure you don't buy off a scamming seller. Essentially, guys, if someone tells you, oh, don't pay me on the platform, pay me off platform. Usually they're from like countries like Nigeria and countries like that, I guess more undeveloped countries. And they'll basically say, pay me in crypto, pay me in this, pay me in that. And basically anyone who tells you to deal off the site, anyone who says, oh, come off Fiverr, here's my Discord tag, and then on Discord they tell you pay me in crypto or something, that is a scam, okay? That's what you need to watch out for. Those people are trying to scam you. If they're trying to take you off the platform, that's what a scam basically is. If you're paying with Fiverr, there's a money back guarantee. You could complain to Fiverr, you could refund the order super easily. I've done it before. As you can see, let me show you guys how many cancels I have. As you can see, 71 cancels. So yeah, so you could definitely do that. And the next thing I will tell you guys to do is click on the gig, right? Scroll down and click on their bad reviews, because Fiverr allows you to review whatever is said. So you could scroll down and read all their reviews. So click on see all reviews and filter through the 1 stars and see all the bad ones, because guys, if you don't read the reviews before you purchase, you will not know the bad, okay? So you want to know the bad and you want to know the good. And the thing is, I always say trust the reviews, okay? If there's negative reviews, you have to trust it. You can't say, oh, the review's been overreactive, there might be a different situation play out. I promise you, just trust the negative review over your own instinct. You know, your gut will kind of lie to you sometimes, you know? trust me when I tell you, trust the negative reviews, okay? Anyone who's complaining is the most honest. Let me repeat again, guys. Complainers and people that point out, like give criticism. I'm not saying people that make fun, right? If they wrote a bad review and made fun of the seller, obviously I'm not saying they're right. But if they're writing a review and saying, hey, listen, respectfully, they're saying, listen, this is a scam, this is a bad service, but they're giving reasons why. They're not just like making fun, they're not bullying the seller, they're just saying, listen, here's valid reasons why this was not a good service, and here's how you could improve to the seller. Believe them. Just believe those reviews. I promise you, believe them. Now, if someone's been an asshole in a review, then obviously don't take it seriously. Okay? And that's the main thing. And in terms of if you're a seller, by the way, there's no reason for you not to get paid out. The only way you wouldn't get paid out is two things. Two things. One is it's not available in your country. If it's not available in your country to sell on Fiverr, obviously you're not going to get paid, right? So you have to search that. What countries are Fiverr not available in to sell to sellers? The second thing is, and this is important, this is the main thing actually, are you scamming people? Are you false advertising? If you're false advertising, then obviously you're not going to get your payment. Right? That's simple. But if you're honest, if you're not lying, if you're not a liar, if you're giving a good service, there's no reason why people will refund it. There's no reason why you won't get your payment. The only situation where you're not getting paid is if you're doing something stupid. For example, saying, this video editing is gonna be this good and it's not that good. You know what I'm saying, right? Don't false advertise. Just be honest. If you can't do a certain effect, don't pretend that you can. It's not hard. If you do that, you attract the people that want that. If you attract people with something you can't physically do, then they're obviously going to be disappointed. Don't disappoint them. That's the thing. Never overpromise. Under-promise and over-deliver. Never over-promise and under-deliver. When you over-promise and under-deliver, that's when the refunds start kicking in. That's when your Fiverr accounts get spammed. That's when you can't make money on Fiverr. That's when you get a bad reputation, horrible reviews, and because of those you never rank on the top. That's what's gonna drag you down. You're gonna try to be, and you're like, oh yeah, but I can't do this, I'm not that good at that. Then do something else. Or just be honest. It doesn't matter. There's no like, oh, but what if I can't do this, but this is what sells. Then don't do it at all. Do something else. Because at the end of the day, I'm not going to give you guys advice like, oh yeah, go pretend that you could do something that you can't do. If you know you can't do something, don't do it. And I know that sounds like insane to say, because people usually say anything's possible. Listen, if you can't do something, don't do it. And yes, anything is possible, right? But if you know you're not going to be able to do it, if you know that in your head already, it's not a good idea to start selling it to other people on Fiverr, right? Like, guys, it doesn't take like a genius to realize this. Just like use common sense. Basically what I'm trying to get at is just use common sense, Is my service going to be good enough where people aren't complaining? That's the question you should be asking. If it's a no, then don't do it. Okay? And the other thing you guys want to watch out for is, when you're buying at least, you want to actually watch the products. You don't want to be disappointed. Maybe they're not a scammer. Maybe they're just terrible at their job and you didn't see it, right? So the only way to see it is by filtering through these videos and watching them. And if they don't have it, then it's a red flag. So this guy doesn't have review videos, and this is a red flag. Don't buy off this guy. Why? Because you can't see his previous work. But let's say this guy, I'm pretty sure he has his previous work here. So if you could scroll through these, look, watch his previous videos. I think he has it. Yeah, there you go. He has his previous videos, and you can watch these. And these are his submitted reviewers' previous videos. And that's how you know that he's probably legit. This other guy, there's a reason for everything in life. That's the other thing. Nothing's a coincidence. There's a reason. He's not showing you the bad reviews. He's not showing you... he's not letting people submit the video. And the reason he's not letting them is not because of some technical thing. It's because he's nervous about it. He's nervous about his projects. I mean, don't trust him. And if you message him, he's probably going to overpromise you. That's how it is. They'll do anything to get the job. You know what I'm saying? And the other thing I want to say is as well, and I know this is going to sound insane to some people, but the country where you buy from matters. And people are also going to say, oh, no, it doesn't. Trust me, it does. And I'll tell you a big reason why it's going to matter. Because, guys, let's say you buy off America, right? If you buy off America, the service is going to be better than if you buy off England. You know why? Because the universities in America are much better than the universities in England. So the video editors in America that take a university course for editing there, they're going to be much smarter than the ones in England, because the England colleges and universities are free. They suck. They don't teach you anything. While in America, they're going to Harvard. They have all these high Ivy League universities. That, like, are you going to compete with them? They're going to crush you. You're not even going to stand a chance. There's a reason why America has Hollywood and has this, has that, because they have all the elite top universities, okay? England doesn't have that. Sure, they have Cambridge, right? Who wants to go? Everyone wants to go to Harvard. What billionaires came out of Cambridge? Maybe a few, but 99% of them are from Harvard. There's not even like one top 10 guy on the Forbes list from Cambridge. There's a reason for it. It sucks. So the country's universities matter. Okay? That's the biggest thing. So if you want to get good quality video editing, research how good the universities are in a certain country, because the staff you're trying to acquire, that you're trying to hire on Fiverr, they would have went to those universities to learn skills. So if they're going to a terrible university, chances are that the thing you're buying is going to be terrible, right? For example, in India, the universities are terrible. In England, the universities are terrible. In Canada, the universities are really good, right? So if you look at that, the Canadians, right, are going to go to the better schools, so they're going to have better education. So with that better education, they're going to be more useful, they're going to be more skillful, because they went to a better school, they have access to better education. While in England, the education is not as great, so they're going to underperform on average, right? This is just averages. So that's the other thing, you know? That's like another big thing, you know? If the country's less developed than another country, the people from that less developed country, because of the lack of education and resources, they're not going to be able to compete with... Well, they can. At least there'll be odd few that are as good as the American people that went to Harvard, but chances are it's going to be very low. And that's the other thing as well. You guys could check also, by the way, how many degrees they have and stuff like that. That's another big important thing. You know, if they have no degrees, chances are they're not going to be as good. And, you know, this is another thing that people might say, oh yeah, but I get it. Sometimes, obviously, there's exceptions, right? But this is if you don't want to take chances on the exceptions, right? Like, this is for people that, like, you just want to get whatever you want to get done, and you don't care about exceptions or anything, you know? And in that case, you need to hire top talent. And if you want to hire top talent, you don't want to look at England for the top talent, you want to look at America. Now, sure, there's going to be top talent everywhere, but if you want to get a higher odds, then America has the best universities. You're going to have to hire from America. It is what it is. It's going to be more expensive to hire from America because everything is expensiver, but America's richer, so they get better universities, better education, better skills. It is what it is. And if there is an exception, right, from a country like England, for example, and someone's actually as good as the American guy, then of course hire him. I'm not saying don't hire him. I'm just saying where you should look for, though. Where you should primarily look for. And in that case, you could go to seller details and filter what countries. So you could do United States and hire from the United States. That's simple. And hire talent from these guys because they're much more likely to be better at the job. Again, thanks to the better education they have. Because United States has better education than the rest of Europe. Europe has terrible education, by the way, if you didn't know. Compared to America, that's nothing. You know, nothing. It doesn't compare. And by the way, I'm not talking about the average universities of America. I'm talking about like Harvard and the list. The latter. You know? But I do know there's also some good universities in like countries like Bangladesh, I've heard. And yeah, but those are in some cities, you know. Dubai also has some decent ones too. So it's like, it also depends on the city as well. Again, you'll ask them, right? Like, you don't want to just blindly get them. You want to know what's your qualifications. That's the other thing, you know. And you want to survey people. You want to filter some people out. Ask them some questions. Get them on an interview, you know. And that's going to be another thing that most people never do. Nobody will go ahead and interview the person they're going to buy from. Because they're like, oh, why should I interview them? It's like, no, you want to get top talent? You want to get better talent? Interview them. Go on Discord. Go on a call. And be like, hey, are you good at your job? You know? Ask them some questions. Are your personalities aligned? Are your creative minds aligned? Are your goals aligned? Do you guys get along? Right? And that's the other thing as well. Like, a lot of people, they don't even have communication with the sellers. Like, do you have their number? Could you, like, call them anytime? Like, hey, I need this job done quick. No? But what are you doing? Seriously, what are you doing, you know? A lot of your problems come from a lack of research. That's the thing about people. Then they say, oh, Fiverr is a scam. It's not a scam. You're just a fool. Like, if you try to hire people without Fiverr, you're gonna probably get scammed as well. Like, if you were trying to hire someone in real life, right? Would you get them without even interviewing them? No. So then why do you think you should do this on Fiverr? You know, and I get it. Some people don't want to hop on phone calls or whatever, but at least like message something, dude. Actually, no, there's no excuses. You should be able to have a Discord call with someone before you, like, that's just a must, right? Like, if you're not able to do that, you know, you are, like, you're just lying to yourself. Anybody could do that. Like, you talk to your family, you talk to, you know, you buy something from the shop, you talk to the shop. Like, anybody could go talk on Discord. Like, it's not a thing. It shouldn't even be a question. Or maybe you have like some staff that could go do it for if you don't have enough time for that. Some people, I get it, they don't have enough time. But either way, I'm not saying it has to be some long thing, but it has to be a little interview. Get to know them. Ask them their hobbies. Do you like them? Because if you like them, the chances are they're probably good at their thing. If your minds align, right? But yeah, overall, that's things to watch out for. That's some like wisdom for you guys on Fiverr. And if you guys find someone better, someone that can do the job better, replace it. Especially if they could do the job better for cheaper, replace your main guy. It doesn't matter. Trust me when I say, if someone could do it faster, cheaper, and better, replace. Okay, don't listen to this thing. Oh no, don't replace, man. Stay loyal. It's BS. Don't do that. Listen, if someone's offering better talent, pay the better talent. It's ruthless. it is what it is. But if you want good quality work, if you're developing a site, if you're developing some promotions, some advertisements, if someone's doing a bad job, get rid of them. It's not hard, right? And that's the other thing. You want to test people, right? You don't want to just stick to one guy. You don't want to be that guy. Trust me, you don't want to be that guy where you're like, there should only be a situation where you're that guy, where your guy is so good that there's no one to replace him with. And like, you'd have had to search for at least 100 different gigs, found the best one, and yeah, keep that guy. But if it's your first gig, don't be like, oh yeah, this is my main guy forever now. No, test around, you know, and then come back to him. If he's actually genuinely that good, you could always come back. But you want to test out, or she as well. There's a lot of girl sellers on here too, but it's mainly guys, right? Well, depends actually on the thing they're selling. And also, yeah, and make sure you're specific with your question. Make sure you message the seller too before you buy. Like, some people are, I'm not saying this to be rude, but some people are like a bit, I guess, a bit douchebags. Like, they'll try to charge you extra or something. So make sure you message them first before they like, oh yeah, you actually, they cancelled all the, like, they want to charge you more. That sort of thing. So make sure you ask and negotiate the price. Also negotiate prices as well. If you think something's like overpriced, be like, listen, I want to buy it consistently. Give me a custom deal. If they don't want to give you a custom deal, if they're rude, right? That should be the red flag. That's simple. That's the other thing as well. A lot of sellers they don't have manners. If a seller doesn't have manners, this is my philosophy on this as well. If someone doesn't have manners, they're probably gonna suck at whatever they're doing. Make sure they have manners, right? If they don't have any manners, stay away from that seller, okay? That's the other thing too. And make sure they're formal. I'm not saying they have to call you sir every second. I'm just saying make sure they're formal, make sure their grammar's correct, make sure they're not over-promising as well. Like, make sure they're not over-promising, and get revisions. If they're not offering revisions, if they can't revise the work, red flag. Automatic red flag. Make sure they offer revisions at no extra cost. And yeah, that's it. So I hope you guys have enjoyed. That's an extensive Fiverr review. That's years of knowledge in a few minutes, right? That's the cool thing about YouTube. So yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed. If you want more videos like this, subscribe and like. And yeah, peace, guys.